Claudia Clark, chapter historian, and Barb Greeley, registrar here. We are outside Biglerville at Bender's Lutheran Church. We have a marker here that was placed by the Gettysburg chapter in 1979. The patriots that are buried here are Jacob Bender, John Bender, Nicholas Dietrich, John Dietrich, William Dietrich, John Doherty, Friedrich Eichholz, George Iser, William Gardner, Bernhard Gilbert, George Gilbert, George Hartzell, George Huber, Adam Maurer, William Meals, Johann Mehl, Ulrich Peter, Heinrich Ruff, Daniel Rex Sr., George Rex, Caspar Scherner, Jacob Worth, and possibly others.
Hi, Barb and I are standing in front of the Historic Dobbin House in Gettysburg. It was built 1776 by Alexander Dobbin, first classical school west of the Susquehanna River.
We are now at the Lower Marsh Creek Cemetery, which is off Route 116 outside of Gettysburg. The Gettysburg chapter placed a marker here in 1990. Some of the patriots that are on the marker are David Agnew, James Agnew, David Blythe, Andrew Brandwood, Clayton Chamberlain, Thomas Craig, Robert Cunningham, Matthew Dill, Reverend Alexander Dobbin, William McLean, John McElnay, Robert McJimsey, William McKeeson, James Marshall, Reverend Dr. William Paxton, Samuel Payden, Benjamin Reed, Thomas Reed, Abraham Scott, James Scott, Robert Spear, James Thompson, David Waugh, Thomas White Sr., David Wilson, and others.
All right, we are back. Here we are at the racehorse area, and this was where Gettysburg chapter is named in honor of James Geddes. During the Revolutionary War, he served as cornet in the volunteer troop of horse under Captain William McPherson. The Geddes Home and Tavern was located in Racehorse Alley, where the first volunteers from the Marsh Creek settlement enlisted. The first sessions of the court in Adams County were also held in the tavern. This historic dwelling was destroyed by fire the night of October 28, 1880.
Hi, Barb Greeley here again. I am in the McClellan Cemetery, which is off of Black Horse Tavern Road outside Gettysburg. The chapter pays for the upkeep of the cemetery. As you can tell, it's a little family-run cemetery, very old. There are two patriots buried here, Charles Deal and David Dunwoody. We are at the historic Eisenhower Farm, where the president's wife, Mamie, was a member of our DAR chapter. We did last fall the Bells Across America at this very site with the bell. Claudia?
This is one of the bells here on the Eisenhower Farm. This one is called the Frisco Bell, presented to Eisenhower by the St. Louis San Francisco Railroad Company.
Hi again. We're back at another cemetery with the marker placed by the Gettysburg chapter. We are at the Great Conewago Presbyterian Church off of Hunterstown Road. This monument was placed in 1940. Some of the patriots that are buried here are Lieutenant Colonel James Chamberlain, Lieutenant Colonel William Gillihan, Major William Bailey, Captain Hugh Campbell, Captain John Graff, Captain Hugh King, Captain John McElvain, Lieutenant Samuel Gilligan, Lieutenant Robert McElhenney Sr., Lieutenant George Sheckley, James Bell, Richard Brown, William Cooper, John Ewing, William Fleming, Robert Galbraith, Stephen Griffin Jr., Philip Graff, William King, Robert Nickelhenny Jr., James McKnight, James Mitchell, John Sample, David Simpson, William Smythe, John Stewart, Andrew Thompson, Robert Way, James Way, and others. Hello, we are in the Cemetery of Christ United Church of Christ in Littlestown. Back in 1976, the Gettysburg chapter DAR placed a monument here to the Revolutionary War soldiers that are buried in this cemetery. The names of the soldiers are Johannes Bard, Jacob Beal, Jacob Brothers, Peter Krabs, John Kraus, Conrad Dotterer, John Eckert, Andrew Herzig, John Kitzmiller, John George Kitzmiller, John Jacob Kitzmiller, Johann Michael Kunz, Frederick Little Sr., Louis Mouse, Philip Ron, George Jacob Shearman, Andreas Schreiber, Jacob Schreiber, Abraham Sell, Jacob Sell, Jacob Warner, John Weichert, John Will, George Wilt, Adam Winthrop, John Jacob Winterroad, John Young, and Peter Young.